Hello everyone, I am Kristen Andrews and this is my intro video for lab number 1 of Physics 133. Alright, so what is this lab about? Well, that is a great question. The answer to that question is this lab is basically about using kinetic equations to successfully predict the range of a projectile in motion. Okay. Now that sounds very complicated, right? It sounds very scientific, but how are we applying that? Well, how we're going to apply that today is utilizing the marbles and the ramp that will be built and the table that we have in front of us to observe horizontal and vertical motion. Okay. I'm really excited about this lab personally because I've always kind of struggled with seeing the value in a subject or its real world application. And physics is one of those subjects where the whole thing is built and based off of real life application. Okay, so you know what you're doing, okay, because you can see it applied in real time in real life. This isn't just writing out endless scientific equations, right, to find the vertical or horizontal motion, or to find velocity or time taken, and then plugging in this value for that value and breaking it all down till you get your answer and you underline it and you move on. No, that's part of it. But the cool thing about this is you actually get to see what those mean, with your own two eyes, with your own hands, and feel it. And I'm a tactical. Oh man, this is why I'm in college. I'm a tactile learner, so I like to see and feel and experience. And this lab allows me to do that. So I am extremely excited about getting started, as we all should be. So let's go ahead and get started. Okay, so real quick, we are going to go through a inventory check of sorts, just to ensure that we have all the required materials needed for this lab. All right, so number 1, sheet of carbon paper. Beautiful carbon paper right here. Voila. Handle that with care. Okay. Number 2. Fishing sinker. And I almost didn't recognize it just because it's mixed with some bolts in here, but it is right here, as you can see, and it is not a bolt. It is a fishing sinker. All right, number 3, we have our glass marbles. I apologize about the noise. My neighbor decided that this would be the perfect time to do yard work, even though they had all day to do it. Anyway, glass marbles. We have our fishing line. Fishing line right here. You guys can see that. Next is the ramp. Doesn't look much like a ramp right now, but I tell you, when I'm finished with it, it will be a ramp. But this is the material from which we will construct our ramp from. All right, protractor. Our beautiful, brand new, unopened protractor right there. And then we have our trusty Freeman's measuring tape, like so. Now these are the school supplied items for lab number 1. We're now going to make sure that we have our student responsible, right, items for lab number 1, what we were required to bring to the table, pun intended. All right, number 1, we have number 2 pencil. All right, we have our printing paper. Voila. And then last but not least, our masking tape, which we indeed have. All right, so now that we have all our items, we can move forward with this lab. Okay, so here is my setup. As you can see, it's a smooth drop from the end of the table to the ground. We have our fishing line with our sinker. We have our carbon paper on top of our printing paper and our measuring tape. And let's get started. Okay, so my apologies. I went to go use the restroom and left the door open. My 2-year-old came and dismantled everything. Thankfully, she didn't destroy nothing crazy. But because of that, I deemed these invalid because I didn't know, if she had stepped on it or made an indentation, rolled in marble or what. So I just started over with a brand new sheet. As you can see, it is nighttime. My wife wanted me to eat dinner, so before it got too cold, so I ate dinner. So I'm back out here. I do apologize about my negligence. I switched it from 20 degrees to 40 this time. We're gonna start over. We're gonna start new, and I will let you know my findings. Here we go.